What's going on, everybody? It's just another day in the kitchen, back with another episode, and today we're taking a look at Travis Scott's upcoming Utopia tour and why exactly tickets are as cheap as $10 for some upcoming dates, despite the fact that it's around the corner. Now, if you didn't know, Travis Scott himself has lately been active on social media talking about how hyped he is for the tour, and like I mentioned, it's right around the corner. And although I'm still not happy that he went ahead and removed my hometown of Orlando from the original list of dates, I am excited to announce that I have now picked up tickets to the Miami show, so I am super excited about it. Now here's an extra photo of Travis that was recently posted. Now, like I said, tickets are as cheap as $10 for some of these shows, and honestly, over the last couple of days, I've been seeing headlines about it, and to be honest, I didn't really know what to think or what to believe about it. It wasn't too long ago that I was making a video about how outrageous some of the ticket prices were, and as you can see from this most recent article, some of the tickets were as cheap as $14 compared to $61 just a couple of days ago. And again, that $61 has to do with the actual retail price. Now, you know your boy, I had to do my own research, so I wanted to see for myself. I decided to hop on a reselling website where tickets before used to be in the $400 to $500 range, and as you can see, they're as cheap as $10, $20, $30, $40 for a lot of these shows. And while some people speculate the reason some of these prices have tanked as much as they have has to do with the fact that he's performing in some cities multiple nights in a row, I don't think that actually has anything to do with it in this case. A lot of big artists, most recently I can think of Taylor Swift, performed in major cities multiple nights in a row and sold it out every time, and I think Travis should be able to do the same for the most part. The big thing that I think about when it comes to this Utopia tour and why we're seeing these tickets like this is the fact that this is an actual arena tour, meaning that these are huge audience sizes. And after doing some research online, I read that a lot of these ticket scalpers and resellers actually ended up getting burned on this Utopia tour. If you're not familiar with what a ticket scalper is, it's essentially somebody that's able to purchase a ticket for retail and resells it for usually an insane profit. Now, I'm not here to necessarily judge in this video, but I would like to hand the mic over to you guys and get your overall thoughts and opinions on what's going on with this situation and how you feel about ticket resellers. Now, I know they're not everyone's cup of tea, and that's why I wanted to know what you guys think, so let me know in the comments. Now, as you can see, I'm going around on this website and basically taking a look at some of the cheapest tickets, and to be on the actual general floor admission for the show, it's only as cheap as $178, which is actually significantly cheaper than the original retail of $250 that some people were actually able to snag it for earlier. Now, in order to really show you guys just how much the tickets have declined in price due to these resellers getting screwed over, I'm going to go ahead and show you some of the footage that I recorded just a couple of weeks ago when these initial Utopia tickets went on sale. And I have a feeling a lot of people are not happy in seeing the actual decline in a lot of these prices. Now, we were just taking a look at a floor seat or general admission seat that was available for $178, and at the time of this video, the cheapest one that was available was $554. Now, as you can see, some people were smoking crack and some of them were charging up to $1,300 for the floor seat. So for those of you that did pay that high price, I'm very sorry, because nowadays you can probably get it for significantly cheaper. Now, those of you that were able to get your hands on your tickets, I am very excited for you. And for those of you that were unsure in the comments about whether you were going to enjoy yourself because you had seats instead of being on the floor, I personally think you're going to have an incredible time just being able to experience Utopia regardless. I wouldn't be surprised to find out that everybody that was in the seats was actually standing the entire time and raging. So I definitely encourage anybody that has the means to try to go to this tour, especially given that a lot of these ticket prices have gone down. Now, the big takeaway, if you haven't picked up on it by now, is that a lot of resellers ended up scooping up a lot of tickets, basically a lot more than they needed with their bots. And you have to think about the fact that this is in an arena and they're trying to sell out all of the seats that they have available. So there are some people that probably picked up 10 or more tickets thinking they were going to be able to flip them for big profit, and instead now they're just trying to get rid of them. Now, just to actually drive things home a little bit further, this is what it looked like when I went to purchase my original ticket just a couple of weeks ago. The same floor seat that we saw available now for $178 was selling for a retail price at the time of $539. And as you can see, this is on Ticketmaster. Now the prices are of course outrageous, with the service fee being of $81, basically for Ticketmaster to rob you. And one disclaimer I want to make now that I think about it while reviewing this footage is the fact that this footage was recorded for the first Miami show, and that ticket available for $178 was for, I think, one of the Carolinas. So although the cities aren't the same, I just wanted to point out the stark difference in price. Now, you might be wondering why we're taking a look at this message here, but if you're not aware, the IRS is actually cracking down on ticket resellers, most recently starting with Taylor Swift. And I wanted to include this picture of this guy that's hoarding all of these Travis Scott Jordan 4s, who's also a reseller, just to get your overall opinion about it. I think the resale culture has definitely ruined a lot of hobbies, making it very difficult for fans, whether it's a sneakerhead or a concert goer, to be able to attend the events and get their hands on the tickets. Again, I want to know what your guys' overall opinion is in the comments. Now, the fact that Travis is, of course, performing in arenas and stadiums is actually insane to me, because I've mentioned many times in my videos, I actually first saw him all the way back in 2015, performing for a venue of about 150 here in Orlando. But another thing I wanted to highlight about this upcoming tour is I wouldn't be surprised if we get some city-specific merch that wasn't available online at these shows. Personally, I think that would be super raw, and from the different artworks, I think that they definitely have a lot planned for this tour. Now, these were some of the original dates that were actually removed, and as you can see, in addition to certain cities being removed or added, the tour actually was supposed to start back in September, so it makes me wonder what exactly happened. And I also did want to share some of these Utopia tour posters that I hope to see available at some of the upcoming shows. Now, personally, I think with all this time that has settled from the original release date, it's very safe to say that this album is the album of the year. And although Drake's new album, For All of the Dogs, just released yesterday, I think that there's no competition between what Travis, aka LaFlame, did on his album and what Drizzy did on his. And that's of course no shade to either of them. I just think that Travis definitely has a classic on his hands. Now, when it comes to what to expect from this tour, I think that you're going to see a lot of special things, from different outfits from Travis to different guests being brought out in different major cities. Again, I think that this is definitely not one you want to miss. So despite the low ticket prices and the reputation from the Astroworld Festival, I hope all of you Ragers really get to attend this one. Now, if you made it this far, thank you so much for watching, and let me know what you guys think. And let me know in the comments what city you'll be attending the tour at. As always, guys, thank you so much for cooking with the kitchen. Please stay safe out here. It's lit. Straight up, and peace. And make sure you like and subscribe, or else. You dig?